Hello, everybody. Welcome to the IUS Horizon podcast. Excuse my appearance, sweaty, and I forgot my glass in my car. We're not going to talk about my sunglasses inside. So we're doing childhood movies. That's what it was, childhood movies. I'll start off with one that is always in my heart no matter what. The Iron Giant.
Yes.
That was one of my favorite animated movies ever. Just like, I don't know, I'll sit down and watch it every time I want to, every time I think about it, because it's that good.
Can we have an explanation on what that is? I've never heard of it.
The Iron
What?
Giant? You've never seen the Iron Giant?
Am I the only one?
We got to
haven't
do that
seen it
movie
either.
night. We
It's
still
like-
haven't done it.
I haven't
like-
seen it, but I know what it is.
A giant robot, like, you follow this kid. The kid's the main character, Hogarth, and you follow him, and he hears sounds one night coming from like the, what was it, like the electronic or like electrical?
That was a TV.
What?
I thought it was a TV.
He heard noise coming from his TV, and then he looked outside to like the power substation, and there was a giant robot eating like metal, and so he ran away, and eventually they talk and become friends, and at the very end, do I want to spoil it?
No.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Dude, you should. It's
Just-
so good.
okay, guys.
Okay. So at the end, the government launches a nuke to kill the robot because they think he's evil. They think that, he's a weapon used by Chinese spies to kill Americans. So they launched a nuke, and the Iron Giant, after saving Hogarth's like, don't go up there. Just they all expect him to die. Like, they're all expecting their whole town to die. So
And this was a childhood movie.
yeah, and the Iron Giant goes up there. He flies up into the sky and blows himself up with the nuke.
Bro.
So that way it saves everyone.
I think I've watched this once.
Yeah, it was really good.
That sounds like a movie that would send me into like a mental
It
breakdown.
was sad. It's
sick.
really sad. But
I was
it's
going to say,
pretty
there's a
good.
lot of childhood movies that are shockingly dark. Like the
Yeah.
dinosaur story one.
Mm.
Like, literally, with the
Well,
lemurs.
The backstory. Of it.
Yeah, the whole island exploding, countless creatures in Lion King, Mufasa. Like, there's so many dark stories.
Have you guys seen Bridge to Terabithia?
No.
That movie messed me up. When I
That was
little.
traumatizing.
Yeah.
Traumatizing.
I was going to say a very niche, like a lot of people don't remember it. I barely remembered it until recently, but it was a great childhood movie. It was The Last Rainforest. If anyone knows that one.
Mm-mm.
It has one of the most like iconic villains in like animated history in it. He's supposed to represent like pollution. He has a whole song and stuff. I could find it.
Mine was, All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Yes. Oh my
That
gosh.
one
Oh my
messed me up when I was-
God.
man.
No.
Never seen that.
Oh,
Don't watch it.
it's a great movie.
If it's sad, I always watch like the sad movie for dog. It was called Hachi. That one,
After I watched that, I never watched it again.
it killed me.
Yeah, here you go.
That's like
I'm so
one of
sorry.
those things that like you watch it once and you're like, okay. That's how I feel about like Boy in the Striped Pajamas too.
Yeah.
That like I remember
Welcome to
watching
that.
that
We're
in
on the
eighth
last
grade
year, so-
class.
Yep.
For like because we did the Holocaust unit and then we watched it and I was like, this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every now and
Yep.
then, my grandma and I would watch it back at our old house, and it was like every single time I would cry.
All dogs go to heaven.
No, Hachi.
What's Hachi?
You
And-
haven't seen
Oh my
Hachi?
god.
Okay, no one should spoil it. Go home
Yeah,
and
you
watch
should
it.
watch
No,
you will cry.
You
It's
have
based
No,
on the
this will
dog
make you
Hachiko.
cry.
I don't know.
Okay, before we start crying, this
Oh,
is
okay.
Mara.
Oh, hi.
She's our intern. So she's gonna sit in and see how we really do this after keeping your stuff up to date. And
I'm sorry, you're stuck next to me. I'm the loud one.
So
You're
no more
okay.
slurs or anything like that.
What?
What? Greg?
Damn.
Ooh.
Dang
I
it.
didn't low-key, I have not watched like any of them. I'd skim through them sometimes to like add a description, but
I have to find this. This movie is so good.
no, All Dogs Go to Heaven was probably one of my favorite movies growing up, and it's still one of my favorite animated movies of all time. So you've seen it. Has anyone else seen it?
I've seen it.
Okay.
I was
The
really-
dog, the guy who voices the dog sounds exactly like the guy who voices Fantastic Mr. Fox. Am I crazy for that?
No, oh my god, it's such a good movie though.
I don't think I've watched it recent enough. to, like-
Yeah.
I just now. Yeah,
No.
you're right. You're right.
It sounds
But
exactly like him.
who? There's another. Oh my god, it's more recently came up in the media. What was it? Eyes of the Hound. It's the one with it's the story about like the one dog that's a stray, and then it's not all dogs go to heaven, but it's like it was made by the same person. Oh my god, I'm coming up with all of these random obscure memories. And I gotta find this.
Another dog movie that like I cried to was Lady and the Tramp.
That's a good one.
Really?
No, it's when the beagle gets hit by the car.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about? I was like
I've never seen this.
distraught.
really?
I was distraught over that. I was like, I know he survived, but oh, getting his
The
hit.
only thing I know is the spaghetti.
Lady and the Tramp is such a good movie.
Isle of Dogs from 2018.
Oh,
Dogs.
yes.
Yeah. I know that one.
That one
Fantastic.
That wasn't a childhood movie for me, but that's definitely a good movie.
kind of scared me a little bit.
Wait, what is it?
Isle of Dogs.
Is that the same?
It has Bryan Cranston in it.
I don't know why I buy it.
Is it the same person who made Fantastic Mr. Fox?
Yep. Yeah.
Wes Anderson?
Yep.
Yeah.
I almost said Wes Craven. That is not the guy.
No, Wes Anderson's a phenomenal director.
What?
Phenomenal director.
Oh,
He's a movie director. What do you think I said?
I don't know. You like muttered the first one. I thought I heard fentanyl in there. Something like
This one.
I thought he was
With
like
the little
on
bad
the
guy.
Oh, I haven't.
Oh,
seen
isn't that the one that Robin Williams is in?
Yes.
Yeah.
This like with the main characters like
Yeah,
the fairy, the
that's-
bats, and then there's like like this guy.
Mm.
Yeah, I watch his
That's like a fever dream.
stuff.
It's one of the,
Movie.
the villain of that movie. Oh my god, he was horrifying.
You know what was really scary?
Did you not notice that?
No,
What?
what?
Both said fever dream at the
Oh,
same
did
time.
we?
It's like that's a fever dream
Yeah.
right there.
It is.
I don't remember hearing anything about it.
I remember like watching bits and pieces of it, and like I think I remember seeing it on like VHS tape at like thrift stores when I was growing up.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Damn.
I
This
still
was
we still have a VHS player.
Holy.
Yeah.
Oh, what about what is it called? Wally.
Oh my
Wally.
god.
I have a funny story with that one. I was like a really little kid when that came out, and I had my dad's iPod, and
Wait, when did Wally come out?
Was it 2008?
oh, it was like,
It was
A long time
while
ago. but there was like a Wally movie set on the phone. It contained like all the soundtracks, all the whole movie, like other stuff, like $100-something. And me being a little kid, I was like, I kind of want that, and I tapped on it and bought it.
Real.
Yeah,
My
it
dad
was
will still
2008.
remind me. 2008.
Wow.
So yeah, I was like
It was
4.
2008, and you could spend $100 on an iPod. That's crazy.
That's insane.
Well, I did start playing Call of Duty at like 3, so
It was Tim Curry, and he's saying this one. Hold on. I want to see if any of you'll probably recognize the villain. If you know the movie, I'm just going to fast forward to the spot. Here it is.
Ew.
It's this part.
I can't see that.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I have not.
That does look familiar.
Yeah, I've seen that on TikTok.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
So this movie had Tim Curry as the villain, and it had Robin Williams in it. That's already like a stacked cast.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great
That's
movie.
fair.
I remember it because as a kid, I thought that transition at the start of that song was terrifying. I was like, oh my god.
Mm.
You know what was really scary to me as a kid? Like the start of Who Framed Roger Rabbit with
Mm.
the main villain guy, where he's like soaking the guy in acid and like
Yeah.
killing him. That was scary. That was unreasonably
I
horrifying.
I don't think I've
seen
watched
that.
that.
Did you guys watch? You haven't seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
No.
It's just us. That's crazy.
So remember that movie night? That's going to be one of the things we have to do.
Oh
don't-
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Because we, last semester we talked like, oh yeah, we have a list of movies that we all got to watch together. Now it's just going to be childhood movies at this point because half of you haven't seen Iron Giant, which is a crime. And then
Sorry.
now Roger Rabbit, that's like,
I already know what happens though, so now I don't want to watch it.
oh no, it's worth it.
In
It's
Who
worth
Framed
it.
Roger Rabbit?
No, in the
Oh,
Iron Giant.
I was about to say, I don't think you can even spoil that movie because like half the fun of watching it is just the animation.
Mhm.
Like, you know.
Plus, the Iron Giant left off on like cliffhanger that never got resolved.
That made me so sad.
Unless like Ready Player One was supposed to be like a thing after that because he was technically in that, but
That was a great movie.
left off on him rebuilding himself. So
Hmm.
Okay, another fantastic movie. This wasn't childhood, but like when I was younger, La La Land. That is a fantastic.
That's such a good movie.
I've tried to watch
Yeah.
it 3 separate times and I can't get through it.
This is gonna be one of
It's
Are you
so
serious?
bad.
My cousin watched it in
It's
theaters.
so
I just never got
bad.
to.
It's
You're
like
making me want to say I
it's
hate
bad.
Coraline out of
I'm
spite right now.
Oh.
I love La La Land.
Well, I can't get through it. I'm not even kidding you. I've started it 3 times. I've maybe gotten
it's like one of those
20
movies
minutes
that
in.
you either love it or you hate it.
I hate it. I think it's so
I love
bad.
it.
And I
it,
love
yeah.
musicals. I love
Mhm.
musicals, but
It is a little slow for what a lot of movie musicals are. I do have to say there is a lot of like downtime, and it's
But
like
that gives it more
okay,
build up.
that's true.
Slow burn.
that's true, yeah. But I think when people think like movie musicals, they think like Hairspray or like all the Steven Spielberg remakes. Like West Side Story was nonstop.
Yeah.
I didn't like West Side Story.
I didn't watch it.
Did
I
you
saw
guys
Rachel's
ever
like,
watch
"What is it?"
the Disney movie of Newsies
What?
Oh
What is it?
my
with
god.
Christian Bale in it as the main character?
Okay,
That was a
has
thing.
anyone else seen
Yeah,
Newsies?
because it was
Okay.
originally a movie,
Yes, it
before it
was.
was a
Then they made
musical.
it.
and the movie did pretty bad because like Christian Bale
Really?
couldn't really sing.
I didn't know it did.
That's like he could act, but he couldn't really sing.
I don't think he was that.
It happens a
bad.
lot of time.
One
I
or
watched
the
the
other.
musical first, and so I memorized all of those songs, and then I watched the movie, and the songs are different. So I was like, oh. But in the musical, the reporter's a woman, which I
Yeah.
love. I've memorized her song. I'm ready to play her part.
What about? I know it's not a kid movie at all. Well, I mean, it's a kid movie, but it's not like when we were kids. But the Minecraft movie, what did you guys think of it?
I didn't watch
Did you
it.
watch it?
I
Okay,
loved it.
Are you
that's
serious?
Yes.
Wait,
Oh my
hold on.
God.
I loved it.
No.
No.
Wait. You have to go in with the mindset that this is not meant to be like.
I don't think we should reward movies like that.
It's
You
meant
have
to
to
be-
go into thinking it's bad.
That's
To
well, I
enjoy
wasn't
it.
going in
Thank
like
you.
that. I went into the mindset of this is not meant to like. It's meant to be a new way for younger audiences to then engage with Minecraft.
That's crazy.
It's not meant to be.
It was so
Like,
stupid, but it
in
was like
honor.
charming.
No,
Yeah.
it was cringy. Why would you want to sit?
was
Oh my
not
god,
cringy.
Jennifer Coolidge is part
I
of
love-
God tier.
I love me a good cringy movie.
Jack
Oh,
Black
yeah.
filled the
No.
role perfectly of being like this older, like random, like
Oh, yeah.
random
He did
cast.
Go take your child to go see an old man on the TV. You're like, what
Steve is an old man in a world. You play as the old
And he's-
man.
he's
I love
luring
that
the
part,
kid
though.
into the mines.
Oh god.
I just love stupid movies though. Like that.
the mines with me?
Like,
That's
I
how the
watched-
movie starts.
Exactly.
I watched Pickles the other day with my mom and my dad. And I was like cracking up over that movie.
You watch what?
Underrated
Pixels.
movie.
Pixels?
Oh, Pixels!
Oh,
Oh my
I
god.
thought you
it's
said-
so
What do you
think I
bad.
said?
Pickles.
Pickles. That's
Yeah.
what
I was
Weird.
like, what movie's Pickles?
No, I watched Pixels the other day. with my
Yeah,
mom.
that one is
That's
super
awesome.
funny.
Pickle. I don't want no pickle.
I
What
just
was
love
your
the
guys-
scene where he's talking to the Navy SEALs when he's like, "What is it? What's the female version of a maggot?" I had to like pee my pants the other night. Anyways, continue.
Did you guys have this? Kind of, I guess, goes into the Newsies because I guess Newsies was technically a Disney Channel original movie. But did you guys have like a favorite Disney Channel original movie?
That's such a good
Quick question: How old are you?
I am 17.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm not the baby
No,
today.
you're not.
Holy.
Okay, 17.
God.
So what year were you born?
I hate that I just turned
2008.
20. That is-
Oh, she was born the year of Wally.
What the
I
heck?
was.
Dang.
I remember watching Wally like.
I was.
How old are
Wally.
you?
I'm 20.
I remember when Finding
Turning
Nemo.
21.
I remember that.
Are we technically allowed to talk about cartoons? Because
Yeah.
that's all I talked about. That's all I watched when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I
would we
watched
not?
a lot of like everything.
Did you guys
Okay.
watch? It's not a movie, but did you guys watch Codename Kids Next Door?
Yes.
Yeah.
That thing
That
was
was good.
awesome.
That was good.
That
We
was a
gotta
good
talk
show.
about regular show.
No,
There's,
no, we
there's
coming
new
back. I
episodes.
know.
There's new
I love that.
episodes.
Not regular show. You know what we need to talk about? The peak that was Gravity Falls.
Gravity
Oh.
Falls. I remember. Okay, you know what? I may be young,
I
but I was
hated
old
that
enough
show.
to watch it as it was
You did.
coming out. I bought the
Sacrilege.
journals.
Get him.
It was so
What didn't
annoying.
you like? It was annoying.
Just the voices. I didn't like the characters. It was just like it was like a bad Adventure Time.
This is the most
there's nothing
unbased
like
How
Adventure
dare
been.
you
Time.
do that? It's just-
Adventure Time is annoying voices too. Like that's.
Well,
But I feel like if you grew up watching
Jake, you
Adventure
know.
Time, you have a hard time topping it because I grew up watching Adventure
Yeah.
Time, and I
wasn't-
liked Gravity Falls, but I couldn't get into it as much as I did Adventure
Okay,
Time.
Adventures of Fiona and Cake.
That was,
That was
a cute
bad.
One.
That was bad.
Okay,
I
wait.
liked it.
But I like the storyline with Simon though. I love Simon and I love
They
Huntress Wizard.
kind of delved into it like too much because it's like we learned from it from Marceline. We seen flashbacks when Finn like altered the timeline. It's like, yeah, we've seen it happen before. We didn't need a whole like show to recap it again.
Mm.
Like Marceline went over it fine.
Like I didn't even watch Adventure Time growing up, and I knew like the point of it, and I was like, wait, didn't we already like
Yeah,
do that?
but regular show will never be topped. That is my
Regular show
favorite.
is Crazy.
I always had a niche cartoon that I watched. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it. It was so weird.
Which one?
Sanjay and Craig.
Yes!
I didn't like it, but it would be on.
I forgot about that.
Sanjay and Craig was like weird in a way that kind of made me uncomfortable, but I still watched it.
So
Dude,
was
Yes.
Can we talk about those wings? I would do
Oh my
anything
gosh,
to try
yeah.
those.
Do you remember the one guy?
Oh, those wings?
Do you remember the one character in that show with the really long eyelashes that was kind of like a man baby at one point? You know what I'm talking
I don't know what his name was, but I can see
He
him.
was freaky.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't like you. Like, oh.
It just reminded me of Adventure Time because Sanjay
Yeah.
was like Finn and
Yeah.
Craig was like
No,
Jake.
that's not comparable at all.
Well, Jake had the mentality of like none of the characters on the show because Jake was more mature. But
You
those
love
were like two Finn's maturity, but that's what I got off of it. It was
Yeah.
like an Adventure Time.
I think it's just the animal like person.
Yeah.
Like
Okay. This one, I don't know if anyone's even heard of this show. It was on like Netflix and streaming for a little bit. The Hollow.
Mm.
It's like a really niche. It was only around for a little bit. That was such a good concept for a show. Oh my God. It was an animated series. And the finale, if you find it sweet, you should watch it even if I spoil the finale. So if you want to watch it, look up The Hollow. It's a top tier show. But pretty much you follow the series and you start out with, there's 3 main characters that are all locked in this box and they're stuck in a trial. Like just immediately, they don't know why they're here. They don't know what they can do. But as the story progresses, they have unique skills, which are like, they're like powers and stuff. You're like, oh, that's cool. You learn by the end of the series, and there's an enemy team. And they're actually like, these are kids actively in competition, like trying to eliminate each other. Like it's insane. But by the end of the series, you learn that it was all part of a game show because they take off a headset and they were on a stage, like in front of an audience of people, and they had no idea because it resets your mind when you enter the game. So it's meant to be the most authentic show there is.
Mm.
And the show was called The Hollow because that
This
was the
is
reason.
animated?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
What was the age rating on it?
Teen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was. So
I think I know what you're talking about.
It was fantastic. I remember. You should. Oh, I'm gonna find this. Oh, down the rabbit hole.
Did anyone watch Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen?
I
Their own
loved them.
They were
Yes.
so good.
I watched like every single one of them.
I had them on like VHS tapes.
I had them on a
like,
DVD.
Did you guys
Yeah.
watch Over the Garden Wall?
Yes.
Like when it was
No,
coming out?
but I
Yes.
remember
it's
that?
really good.
That was crazy.
It's a
Because I was like,
tradition.
what was I? I was like 6 when it came out, I think.
God bless.
Hold on. No, how old was I when that came out? But I remember watching it on cable TV and thinking, like, this is the most unique thing I've ever seen in my life. 'cause I
Jackson,
was,
how
like,
old are
6.
you?
But
I just turned 20 like last week.
I just remembered a show. I just looked one up and I've been trying to find it for so long. Tough Puppy.
shut
I
up.
forgot about that
I
show.
watched that more than I watched Fairly Odd Parents for
Oh,
some
yeah.
reason.
It was really good.
Did you watch Fanboy and Chum Chum?
This one.
I did.
Stupid show.
No, I couldn't.
I don't like the main character.
It was stupid.
The shows nowadays are really bad.
Yeah. Fanboy and Chum Chum was like, what, 2012, I would say?
Okay, Fanboy and Chum Chum was stupid also.
Yeah, that was
to be
really
fair.
bad.
They kind of made me uncomfortable too.
Yeah. You know what?
There are a lot of Nickelodeon
Well, a lot of
shows
them
that
are
are
Jesse.
like boy humor where it's
Yeah.
like, ah, farts
Wait,
and
top
food.
tier
It's like,
was Jesse. And that was specifically
Like with
Bertram
Debbie
and
Ryan?
Mrs.
Yeah.
I hard disagree with that.
Really?
Yeah,
What?
but my favorite Disney show, like ever of all time, one of my top 5 shows, like ever, is Austin and Ally.
That's cool.
Really?
Okay.
Yes, top 5 of all time.
Do you guys watch Liv and Maddie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started Vampire Diaries. Oh, no, not that one. I started my Babysitter's a Vampire. I started that.
I love that show! Oh, it's so good! Oh,
It's
yeah.
so good. You have to watch all of it.
I'm
There's only like
on-
2 seasons. But you have to watch
I'm
it.
about to be on season 2. I watched the
Oh,
movie and I
it's
saw
so
season
good. Wait till the end of season.
Don't give
You need to
spoilers
finish
here.
season 1 before you come back on Wednesday. I'm so serious.
What?
Just finish it.
Just watch it.
I have finals, guys.
No one cares.
I care.
I can't remember. What was iCarly? Was that Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
I wasn't allowed.
I loved
I
iCarly.
wasn't allowed to watch
Yeah.
But, like,
iCarly.
as you like watch it when you're older, you're like,
The new iCarly
Yes.
sucks.
I kinda
parents-
liked it a little
My
bit,
parents
I'm
like
not gonna lie.
picked up on how weird it was, and I wasn't allowed to
Just,
watch it.
like at the time.
I watched iCarly
When
and
you
Victoria.
when you dive more into like what happened
Victorious.
behind the scenes,
Yeah.
it makes it way worse. But
Yeah.
like you can pick up on it if you rewatch it.
Yeah, I know. I rewatched some of the stuff. I'm like,
I
Yeah.
picked up on that one. That one
Any
was like
Nickelodeon
so
show that I've
overshadowed.
gone back and
No,
looked
that
at.
one was so good.
weird.
I'll tell you a weird one was Sam and Cat.
Yeah.
Because
Sam and
Dan
Cat was
Schneider
nice.
did some
Yeah.
weird stuff with that
I was
script.
actually into it. I liked
I
that
like
show.
Victoria.
I like
it.
Oh,
I like
he
it.
was into
I
it.
liked
Rex, what
What did
iCarly.
he say?
You were into the weird stuff?
Yeah.
No, it was
Yeah. Do you have a fascination with an appendage on the
No,
lower
I do
part of the
not.
leg?
A
But
lot
I
of
love-
exactly.
I love Sam and Cat. I love Victorious. I love iCarly. They all had that humor that was like right there funny.
Yeah.
See, I feel like Victorious was definitely one of those shows where you have to be more of like an older audience. But I was watching
Yeah.
that stuff at like
Oh,
10
yeah.
or so, and no one
Well, I
said
remember
anything.
watching it at like 6 and being like,
yeah.
like, do you remember the episode where Rex gets sucked into like the wood chipper?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
You don't
That-
know?
No.
That like messed me up.
Oh my
I don't know.
God.
And then what is it? He comes back to haunt Robbie and he's got like he's eating the jar of mayonnaise to like console himself.
I forgot about
Robin
that.
was such a weird character.
Terrible.
I still love the iCarly episode where they mess with like the who's the dude at the bottom of like the apartment complex? The dude with the molt.
Oh, Hearts.
Yeah.
What?
And
Like it
Spencer.
doesn't. It literally the episode is titled Rex Died.
He doesn't die. He comes back, but like it's like a whole.
It's a whole thing.
Did you have you ever watched the iCarly Bigfoot episode?
That
Where
one
he's
was
trying
so
to find
good.
the what is it? The man coon, beef coon, the beef coon. That's what
Oh
it is.
yes.
Lab
Yes.
rats.
Lab rats.
I
watched
watched
that.
I only watched a
Lab
little
rats
bit of
was
that.
I loved rap. I watched the whole thing.
Dexter's
Oh, my.
Laboratory.
That was a
I
good
love
one.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Do you guys remember Boomerang?
Yes.
No.
It was a
You
whole
don't remember
channel that was like old Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
It was like
but,
Scooby Doo, the Jetsons, the Flintstones.
Oh yeah, like the
But it
TV
also-
station.
Oh.
But it'd also be like
Yeah.
Dexter's Laboratory and
Yeah,
like
they put Powerpuff Girls. Was
yeah,
on there.
I used to watch
Like
that.
Chowder.
Chowder was
Dude,
so good.
Chowder
Chowder.
was awesome.
Chowder freaked me out.
I love
Really?
Chowder.
There were
Yeah.
episodes where I would be like mortified.
It is kind of a creepy animation.
But he was like, oh no, one that was creepy that I literally couldn't watch as a kid was what was it? Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh,
that was such a disturbing cartoon.
It was
I-
so
I-
good
That's
though.
fantastic.
I'm still haunted by the slab guy who just stands out there return the
Yeah.
slab.
Why is that made for kids? It
It's
should
like
be.
that's an ancient
It
like
should be.
Egyptian
Mhm.
god that's come back to
But it's
haunt
so
their
good.
house.
I've always
No wonder I
liked
like
the
scary
weird stuff.
movies. I've watched every episode of Courage ever.
Yeah.
But
I always
the
like the weird
monsters there
stuff.
were just
There were
too
4
creepy.
seasons.
Yeah.
It was weird. It always had like a weird vibe to it. I'm like,
I like
Yeah.
it though.
You know something that I always
Freaks me out,
like
too.
think about when I think about like childhood movies and stuff is I wasn't allowed to watch iCarly, but I remember one time like Full Metal Jacket was on the like cable movies channel, and my dad was like, "Come in here, I want you to see
That
this."
is that is a good movie.
And I watched the whole thing, and
That's
I
a
was
good movie.
like,
Oh my
7.
god, I hated this guy. I remember.
"A
This.
freaky Fred!"
I hated
Yeah.
Fred.
Bro, I can't even look at it. It
There's
actually
that
freaks me
one
out.
episode of Courage where he's like they're in like the candy factory and it's the cat.
Yes.
Look at
Oh
the
my
robot.
god.
Is it
yeah.
his happy factory? Is that what it is?
Wasn't there like wasn't there like a whole like subplot with the mafia with one of the characters?
Yes, I think
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah, there was like where like a dog and a cat, and then the cat was stuck tied to the mafia. Courage has to help. Like it's a whole thing. It's Courage is a wild show.
Did you guys watch Cat
Did anyone-
Dog?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
okay, that was
I
also
watched
another
it.
disturbing cartoon. I hated
That
that
was
one.
kind of
I
weird.
didn't like that.
It was like that and Ren and Stimpy.
Oh.
It would be on like Nick at Night
Oh,
or something.
Ren and Stimpy was
Uh-uh.
not for kids. I rewatched them and I was like,
I can't keep thinking. My dad made me watch Full Metal Jacket. That's my favorite childhood movie. Full Metal
It's not my
Jacket.
favorite. But I remember watching it, and I was like the same amount of scared as I was when I watched like the Halloween themed intro to Phineas and Ferb. you know, like I was scared, but it wasn't like, oh, this is a new level. I was just like, oh, but yeah, this is creepy.
I watched it for the first time when I was a kid. My dad was like, he didn't know I was watching it behind him. I was like on the top of the stairs watching it. And then you just see the.
Yeah, my dad was like, come in here, this guy's gonna shoot himself. And I was like, okay.
As soon as I see that, I'm going to go back to my room. I'm going to go play some Wii.
This is just wrong. Like, I pulled up a list of like iconic kids shows, and Johnny Test was put in
I
the
love Johnny
trash
Test.
bin category, and I'm like,
Trash.
yeah, I was like, excuse.
I love the
me?
dog.
Okay, total
Dookie.
drama and godly though.
Is that his name?
Dookie.
Total
Dookie.
drama.
Mhm.
What about Jimmy Neutron? Did anybody watch that?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Speaking of Jimmy Neutron, there was a game that I always played on the Wii. It was called Nicktoons Globs of Doom.
Oh my god.
That
I know
game
what
was
you're talking
terrifying
Did-
to me.
Didn't that have Invader Zim characters
Yeah.
on it? Do you remember Invader Zim?
That's
Yes.
such a good one.
That
Oh
game
my
scared
God.
the hell out of me as a kid because it's
Invader
like
Zim?
the Globs of Doom game because it's like random like nacho cheese type stuff that lands on their head and makes them evil, and all of their voices were like super deep, and they kept trying to kill
me out.
you.
In any show.
And it's like lava in the earth that's just that goo now. It was really creepy.
I'm so glad I brought up this list. Oh my god, Danny
gotta
Phantom.
replay it.
Oh my god.
He was also in that movie. In that game.
I restarted like watching it last summer, and I was like, "This is a banger."
This
Like,
is
I
a
forgot
banger.
how to get it.
I got Danny Phantom. This is, by the way, from bottom of the list, which is literally is never seen. I don't know.
What
and
was that
feels
dog's
like a
name?
crime.
Danny Phantom. What was the dog's name? That like 3-headed dog. Was it Cerberus?
I actually never watched Danny Phantom.
I remember there was like the villain in that game that I played that was linked to the Danny Phantom like universe. And it was like a 3-headed dog. It looked like
I feel like I know what
Cerberus.
you're talking
I-
It
about.
was like Cerberus.
I've heard of it.
I don't remember what it was called.
Fairly Odd Parents. Phineas and Ferb's top tier. Yeah.
Phineas and Ferb
I'm
was
trying to
top.
pull up a one we haven't spoken of
Does
yet.
anybody remember Fishtails? Did anybody
Oh,
watch
yes.
that? That was a good one.
Oh, his name was literally Cujo.
Right.
Austin and Ally is in the bottom tier on this list.
That is
Oh.
crazy.
Now, then there's Ben 10. We have Total Drama Island.
Mhm.
That was a banger.
Banger.
I'm like shocked that they list Austin Alley that low.
Yeah.
No, there's a couple of these. Okay,
Yeah.
some of these are
So
right to be at
scary
the
that is.
bottom.
Why? Which
Yeah.
one?
Okay,
That was in
yeah.
a kid's
What's
game.
one of the ones
Yeah, I
at the
remember
bottom?
that.
It's not that bad.
Girl
It
Meets
literally made him a
World is at the
Cerberus.
bottom?
I didn't
That
like
was an
Girl Meets
okay
World.
show.
That's
I wasn't a fan.
crazy.
That
I
was
didn't
like
like
right
Girl
when I
Meets
was getting
World.
into Disney though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Steven Universe being consistently at the top is based. That was a fantastic show.
But
See,
it got
I really liked
depressing.
it as a kid, but I haven't like really revisited it all that much. But I don't know. I still think about watching the like Lapis episode come out like on cable, and like I had my mom like record it because I was at school or something, and I remember being like, "Wow, this is wild."
Am I crazy or do I not know what Tack and the Power of Juju is? Apparently that was a show back then. Apparently
What's it
it was like Nicktoons. Tack T-A-K and the Power of Juju.
Impossible!
Kim Possible was peak.
I don't remember seeing the show.
What?
Yeah,
That
I know. I've
looks
never
like-
Wait, do
seen
you have
that.
a
I
picture
don't
of it?
remember that.
Let me
That's
see
what
if
I
can
thought
look it
being
up.
a teenager would be like.
I wish.
I was like, I'm
There's
pretty
some wild
surprised.
moments in that series though,
I
where I
can't-
was like, oh,
That's
I
a
literally
game-
don't.
That's a
That's
game.
like
Ew.
that's
Nice.
I don't
Ew.
remember seeing that. He was in the Globs of Doom game, but I'd never understood where he came from.
they had to add him in for that.
oh, Slugterra! Oh my god.
He's like, man, this dude's games are not getting any numbers. We're gonna need to put him in this.
Did anyone watch Ramona and Beezus?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you read the books?
I did not. I have to find out what I had a childhood book that I read. It was like Judy. No,
Judy Moody.
no, it wasn't Judy Moody. It was
Was it Junie B?
Wonder Pet.
yes, Judy.
Yes.
Yes, I had so many of those books.
I did
loved
too.
those books so much.
Did anyone read Dear Dumb Diary?
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
That
I
was like
would.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid, but better. It was like Dork Diaries, but better.
Okay.
Do you think it was
So
better
awesome.
than Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
I do.
Can't be in a school, talk about kids shows, and not bring up the Magic School Bus.
Yes.
Oh my
I was gonna bring
God.
that up.
Yes.
I had it on DVD. I remember.
Did you watch Little Einsteins?
Mm-hmm.
I love Little Einsteins.
Oh my god,
was
this game was
iconic.
so much of a fever dream. What am I watching? No wonder I was messed up as a kid.
Zaboomafoo!
What is that?
I remember that.
It was like pre-Wildcrats.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was their live.
It was a
action
live
show.
action, yeah,
Do you
before they got too
remember
old and were scaring the kids.
Do you remember Sid the Science Kid?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I never watched that.
There was Dino
His
Dad,
voice was
Sid
annoying.
Science Kid.
Do you remember Martha the talking dog?
Yes.
I
The
love
episode-
her.
Martha was an average dog.
There's an episode that's burned into my memory, and it's whenever the soup can was like somehow inverted or whatever, and then everything she meant to say was backwards. So she was like insulting everyone on the
She's
show.
I love
I was like-
Martha. She's so cute.
Yes.
I loved her.
Loki, the PBS shows were really peak.
They really were. Those were like. There was another one too. They were like kids, but they
Okay.
had superpowers, and they would help you like with like vowels and stuff.
Was it Odd Squad?
Oz
Super
Squad?
Wide. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Odd Squad went on for so long. Like I remember it started right as I like stopped watching PBS Kids stuff, and then it went on until like 2 years ago.
Is PBS Kids still on in the mornings?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
PBS Kids is like the only thing I had. My mom did not get us cable.
Aw.
Okay, Lego Ninjago. That's
That was
Ninjago,
okay.
I was really
I
into.
have so many of my friends love that.
no words must be said. No words need to be said for this one. This was iconic.
Oh, did anybody watch Peppa the Pig?
I love
Yes.
Peppa.
Yes.
I did
Okay.
watch Olivia the pig.
I did watch Olivia.
Yes.
I love
Not watch
Olivia.
We mentioned it and it appeared.
Super
Oh,
wide.
there you go.
We got Bluey.
Did anyone
What is
watch
that?
Avatar, like the show?
Yes.
Not
Avatar:
like
The Last
Avatar.
Airbender.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was way more into Legend of Korra than I ever was
Oh,
into
okay.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Is more.
But I think because that one was just on more.
yeah,
Yeah.
Because I kinda
Korra is
missed Avatar.
heavier. And, like topic wise, it's heavier, but the story is not as good.
I actually had like no idea what was going on. I just thought the fights were cool.
Yeah.
Did anybody ever watch Word World?
What is that?
What?
Word World?
Wait,
It
and they
was
were
on-
made of words.
It was on
they were made of letters.
PBS. Everything was made out of words.
Ooh, wait.
Like all the animals.
Do you guys remember Roly Poly Oly?
I was like,
What?
No, I never watched
With the
that.
little orange
I
guy?
love that show.
Hold on. Let me pull this up. Because I used to have migraines as a kid. And I remember I would always think of Roly Poly Oly and it would make them worse.
Was he a robot?
Yeah, he was like a
Okay,
little
yeah.
orange robot. But something about like his like even looking at it gives me a migraine. This is so bad.
Only in Australia. A muscular king.
Oh, that. Oh.
This happened on
okay.
live TV. Only in Australia, a muscular kangaroo named Rags took down an 80s kids mascot on television. The Saturday 7 a.m. Old school Aussie.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
That
terrifying.
guy kind of looks like Grimace in the back.
He does look that's what he looks like on the
I hate that.
What is he a mascot for?
just a kid's show.
There were like so many of those like weird like fun characters that are like made big. Like Teletubbies are terrifying.
Oh, I
used to
hated
watch
that
them.
show.
I hate
What?
Teletubbies.
I never watched it.
Or like Yabba Dabba.
horrible.
What's that one called?
Bunch of television mascots from around.
Yo Gabba Gabba.
Yo Gabba Gabba. That's what it. I used to love Yo Gabba Gabba.
So
I really liked Yo
know
Gabba
the
Gabba.
show Alf. It's an older show.
Wait,
Ron
Alf?
might know.
yeah,
this
and
Alf.
it's the puppet.
Yes, that's
My parents made me watch
so
that.
badly.
And I was like, oh my god.
When I first saw it, I was like, mm-mm. And it
Okay.
gave me nightmares. It was horrible.
I don't know how in tune you all were with like YouTube and stuff growing up, but there was a show that I remember it was coming out. It's a YouTube show. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
Yeah.
That one was iconic. I remember waiting for the episodes to come out.
No.
That was an odd one.
I was
I
on
remember-
like Family
It's-
Vlog Gymnastics channel. I used to
Did you watch Bertaley? Oh my god, yes.
And then when I remember it, and I was like,
That was
whoa,
horrible.
That was terrible.
It was horrible.
I remember that
BuzzFeed Unsolved.
BuzzFeed
Shade and Ryan.
Yeah.
I remember that was more like a middle school, like childhood show for me. But
Hey demons, it's me, ya boy. I love that quote. I when we went ghost hunting, I may or may not.
When
have
you went
known.
ghost hunting?
Yeah, we did a ghost hunting experience, and I.
How was it? Did you get any? Did you find
I'm very unlucky to bring on those events, apparently.
Yeah, him and so it was at a church, and the pastor's daughter was there, and him and her were like, I don't know what was going on, but whatever he brought with him did not like her, and it was freaky. It was really weird.
We got all of it on tape. We got some wild stuff on tape, but like
Like on tape on tape, or like you like
no,
filmed
like
it?
on tape, like with like
tapes?
like
Camcorders?
yeah.
That's crazy.
And so during it, this is totally changed of subject, but it's really funny. There's a moment, and this happened. We lined it up. It was the same instant. So there's a point where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna piss off whatever's following me. And I was like, you know what? Your name's Bob now. Screw you, Bob. And as they said it, they were leaving a room, and they heard a door slam towards our direction.
I didn't hear a door slam.
Greg did. Greg
said
did.
he saw.
And he's the most skeptic. So
Yeah.
like he was on danger mode. He thought someone broke in.
He looked so serious. It was actually kind of scary. Like there were windows, and he was seeing like someone walk by with a flashlight. Mind you, there's no security guard. No one should have been at that church but us. And then he heard a door slam.
And so he started going guard because he thought someone broke in, or
Yeah.
like he thought maybe security didn't know that we were meant to be here, so we should talk to them. And at the same, like literally the same interval on the cam, like literally by a second, it was me when I went, "Screw you, Bob!" Bang! It was great. I'm horribly unlucky. Like you take me, like I was the only one being silly near the end of the
I
event.
feel like that's kind of lucky though, because then you have something to like take back.
Well, me and my sister had to go to a room alone with him, and I was scared to death. And we did a spirit box,
Oh
and
my god, that was awful.
it was scary because he was saying the name of his whatever he brought with him, which freaked me out.
Like because it was like as a kid, like when I was little, there was a spirit that I literally one of the first few words I told to my parents was the phrase tick-tock, like of a clock. And and as a kid, I used to point in a corner and go, "He stands over there by the tree." That's literally what my parents would tell me I would say. And it lasted for years. Right. And I would literally point at the shadow on the wall and be like, "That one doesn't move when the lights of the train go by." And like that's
And you were articulating this. I don't know why I'm picturing you as like a 2-year-old.
No,
like,
no, no.
The light when
No.
the lights of the
So
train
when I
go by
was-
the
when I
man,
was
he goes
3,
tick-tock.
So when I was 3, I would be like tick-tock, tick-tock. And I would keep saying it, I would cry. But then when I was about 5 and it kept doing this, I would be like, "No, it's the one that doesn't move," is what I would say when I'd point at the wall. But I started, like, I was like, "Let's say his name and see what happens." And when I did, literally, as we were doing that, the other group was like flipping cards, like the yes, no cards. And they were like, "Should we check on the other group?" Yes. Is the same message is happening to the other group? Yes. Should we check on them? Is it possibly dangerous? Yes. Back to back to back.
What church did you guys go to?
It was an
This
old
is my
one.
childhood church. Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. And then Greg, oh my God, that was the very end. Because we were doing the Estes method, which is like when you get
I
blindfolded.
didn't like that.
And so when we did that, Greg literally, keep in mind, we're literally just flashing through radio stations, started naming off rooms inside the building, progressively getting closer to where we were.
So he said sanctuary, cafe, hallway, door. So that's leading us to the sanctuary where we haven't been yet.
And then he literally said, "Go to the door. Listen at the door. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Do you hear me? I'm at the door. Do you hear me at the door?" And like he started saying that because I was like, "Screw it. You know what? I'm going to follow its directions." So I get up, I walk towards the door and go, "I can't hear you." And it's like, "Can you hear me? I'm making sounds. Can you hear me? I'm making sounds. Do you hear me? At the door. At the door. Open the door. I'm at the door."
And
Yeah.
did you pee your pants?
No, I was laughing. Everyone else was freaking out. I was having the
Oh
time of my life.
gosh.
Because like, okay, think of it this way. If a ghost does like try to kill you, first of all, they're not gonna. Second of all, then you have like a really cool story and you're like, "Yeah, look at this. Oh, that's crazy."
My whole mindset was because when we were asking it, because I was trying to gauge, I was like, because it was weirdly enough, I literally had it. There's a lot to the story, but in short, I remember literally asking. This was the question that started the chaos: was, "Do you hate me?" Because when we initially did the cards, so you get like 18
Well, I think
cards.
it was we asked who should do the cards.
Yeah, and
it said maybe to everyone and no to you.
yeah, like repeatedly, no. And we had, keep in mind, there's 18 cards on the table that are all shuffled constantly. And it went no every time when I was like, "Is it because you don't like me?" Yes. And then I asked, and I was like, wait, it might be tied to my childhood. "Do you hate me?" One of our friends was mid-shuffle and the cards flew out and I went, "Yes, yes." And then someone flipped a yes.
She was like shuffling them kind of like tarot cards,
Mhm.
and one flipped out and it
Two.
said yes.
It was 2 that flipped
Well,
out. 'cause
it flipped out yes, and then Ellie turned the card and it said yes, and then she did it again. Another card flipped out yes.
like back to back to back to back. Yes, yes, yes. And I was like, oh, this is it. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's weird. I can't explain that. That was creepy as hell. Yippee.
Well, do you think the one from your childhood hates you? Because like if it hated you, why would it follow you around?
It stuck
for
to me.
your whole
We asked
life?
it. I was like, why are you with me? And then it wouldn't answer. I was like, are you stuck to me? Yes. And I was like, oh, so you're just stuck with this journey? Yes.
Maybe you need to go get like blessed or something.
I've been,
Go get baptized.
but the thing is, we were literally at a church and it was still messing with everyone. So that's where I'm like,
Interesting.
Speaking of scary movies, Home for Peculiar Children.
that
I
was
hated that movie
really?
so much.
Wait, when did that
Yes.
come out?
It was
2016?
fantastic.
Yeah, it was recent. It wasn't like that long ago. And then also Coraline, but I loved Coraline.
Mm.
I didn't think Coraline.
Coraline was fantastic.
There were like a couple movies that I watched when I was little. I was like, this is a childhood movie, but it's like not. Like
Right.
I remember I grew up watching Grease, and like Grease is like
Oh.
not appropriate for like kids at all. But I would watch it on like VHS. And then does anyone watch Urban Cowboy with like John Travolta in it? It's a weird movie. It's not weird, but it's like not appropriate for a 4-year-old. And I was like, yeah, I love this movie because you know Danny's in it from Grease.
I was 5, and this actually, my mom was like, "What is wrong with you, Chris?" to my dad. So my dad left the TV on, and he was like, "Yeah, you can just chill in here for a little bit." And I was 5, and it was Shark Week, and so they premiered Jaws, and I was left alone in the living room, and I watched the entirety. I didn't leave. I just watched the entirety of Jaws. And my mom was at work. So when she gets home, she walks in and the shark blew up. Literally like a couple of, like a minute after she got into the house, boom, I'm crying. My mom, she's like, Chris, why would you leave this on? And he's like, I didn't know it went on. So everyone's like freaking out. I'm crying. Mom's like, it's okay. It's okay. And I still remember this because she was like, I don't think he developed empathy yet at this point, because the first thing he told me, and she loves telling the story, is he was just hungry. He was just hungry. And my mom's like, what? And I apparently said, he's just hungry. He can't help if the people got in the way. He was hungry. He didn't eat the kitty. And so I was more sad about the shark blowing up than the people being eaten for this movie. And that's what I was more invested in.
So you were sad about the shark.
Yeah. I didn't care about the people.
Right. I felt the same way about Cujo though.
Oh, yeah.
Like sad because like.
Have you read the book?
This
The book is so much more sad, so much sadder. I don't know. The book is pretty good. I think it is an interesting Stephen King book because it's not only is it like such a claustrophobic setting, kind of like The Shining, but it's also there are so many like different perspectives that it's being told from. Because if you think about it, like they were in the car for like a day or like a couple days, but it's not just that in the story. It's like a whole thing. But in the book, you can actually they like narrate Cujo's inner monologue, like when he starts to get sick,
Oh, that's sad.
and it is really, really, really sad.
No, I'm not gonna read that book.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you for
read it.
telling me that.
I'll
It's
read
a good book. It's a good summer horror book.
The Dark Side,
think.
or The Dark Half, I think is what it's called, by Stephen King. That one's fantastic.
I think I've read that one. Have you read House of the Dragon?
I know its name. I haven't read it.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
Is it interesting, like, I don't want to read it kind of interesting, or?
It's a little
Kinda like the
weird.
pause. Okay.
It's a little weird,
Hmm.
but it's interesting to see Stephen King go into like fantasy horror. Like
Okay.
that's like Salem's Lot almost kind of did that, and that was really good.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, as long as it's not like It territory weird, then
It's not as bad as it.
You're not comforting. That's not. If I read this book, I feel like I'm going to get canceled now. I'm scared because
What,
it.
We've all
I haven't read it. I have not read it. I
haven't read it.
I was told about the chapter, and I was like,
weird stuff in that book.
You know what's
I
like
was not
1,000
warned.
pages? Why would anybody want to read a
Okay,
1,000 pages?
I would
do
love-
have to say
I
there
skipped
are
around.
a couple books that are 1,000 pages that are terrific.
I'm a
can't do
bookworm.
it.
I love my good heavy books.
I don't know if I've ever read a
That
book.
being said,
Oh, you know what? I
had
have
literally was mid checkout, and my friend was like, "Don't do it." Like he looked at me with sadness in his eyes, and I was like, "Why?" And then he told me about the chapter, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put this back
No,
on the
there
shelf.
are like I think if the author and like the story is engaging enough, like you won't have an issue with the 1,000-page book. Like the last book of the ACOTAR series is like close to 800, and it was terrific.
Have you guys read The Goldfinch?
Mm-mm.
I don't think it's 1,000 pages, but I think it's like 800 something.
Mm.
And I don't know, because you look at it, and I think back to it, and I think this book was such a slog to read, but like I ran through it, and like I had a good time. And people say they watched the movie. I thought the movie was okay, but the book was like crazy because it objectively is boring. Like objectively, nothing happens, and objectively, the main character is like kind of unlikable.
That,
But I loved it.
That happens a lot.
I think the books where the main character does have traits that make him more flawed or more interesting, though.
Mhm.
Because it's one thing to read a story where it's like, oh, the character's obviously has plot armor, or like you're reading stories like, oh, they're the special. I don't like that. I like stories where there's faults to the character. It makes them feel more human.
Mhm.
If there's actual faults to them, if they make these errors in their judgment because of their humanity, I think that's more interesting.
I mean, like, has anyone read ACOTAR?
I read the first one in 7th grade because it was in my school's library, or it was in my school's like digital library, and I remember seeing the cover and thinking, "Oh, this looks cool."
High school? I mean,
Yeah,
that's fair, I guess.
What happened in the?
It's not. It's like an adult book. Like
it is a very adult
it's
book.
like a mature novel, not novel, but
Well,
you
the thing is, the writing, like you read it as a middle schooler, and you're like, "Oh, this is kind of like." Like books I've read,
Yeah.
at least the beginning where it's like, oh, I got to hunt for my family. My whole family hates me, and da-da-da-da.
Oh,
Now
it's
I'm
one of
whisked,
those.
now I'm whisked away to this magical place, and
But,
this
like,
one guy.
The main character is very. She's like, oh, whoa, me, I'm so fragile,
Woe
blah
is
blah
me.
blah, and I'm like, shut up, Farrah. That's I hate Reddit, but then like the series gets better after the first. It gets way better.
I hate that sentence. If the books, if the first book is ass and it's meant to build the background for the rest of the series, I'm not gonna get engaged to it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because like I'm literally about to be I'm trying to be an audiobook reader, like the vocalist for
The
audiobooks.
person who does it.
Yeah, and doing that, like I literally I have to look through the books. I have to do all this
Yeah.
stuff. You don't realize how much time goes into it. Oh my God, it's hours and hours of being like, I have to read this one paragraph, and you can be stuck on it for 30 minutes because you stumble with one word. Literally one stutter, and you're like, no, that was perfect.
Do
Like
you get paid by the hour, or do you get paid by the book?
it's by hour on the book's project, but then you get paid for how many people listen to it as well. So if they reach a certain number of like time listening to you, you get paid more for that. So you can make
bank.
you can make some if you get popular and you get some following, you can make it's pretty
You gotta have your pulse on like what's niche enough that it's gonna blow up on TikTok.
exactly.
That hasn't quite yet.
But then if you don't also have to do that though, because audiobook, specifically Audible, has just brought back a new thing for listeners. They've done Cast Call. And so with Cast Call, they hire people to read specific characters of the book. So it's like you're experiencing the
Like-
movie in your head.
Like 1984, I remember they did a version
1984.
of that.
They
It
also
had,
did
like,
it for
Andrew-
Harry Potter.
yeah,
That's the
Andrew
most recent
Garfield.
Do
one.
you remember?
And Matthew McFadyen was in that.
Mhm.
This
Yeah.
is like not similar, but kind of is at the same time. The two actors from Heated Rivalry.
Yes.
They did that thing for what was it? Quinn? Was that the?
I believe
the app?
so.
Yeah. And I
So-
was like,
But
Hudson High.
see, but that's the best part because if you do, it's a chain reaction. If you do voice acting or you do acting, and then you do Audible, people will associate you with either the book or they will associate the book to the show. So that means you have a consistent following that bounces off each other. So you have some semi-consistent income. You slowly gain more and more popularity because they'll bounce between the series. And it also means that with audition logs, if you have read the book and was a voice for a character in the book, when people try to turn it into shows, they're more likely to hire you because they're like, we already like your voice and associate it with this character. There's two series. One, it's literally like they're working on it right now to turn it into a show. It's the Dresden Files. They're literally it's right before auditions. So like they're right now planning it.
Mhm.
They've posted to the public, this will be a show. We're working on it. We just haven't done audition call yet. So characters have not been announced to the public. They haven't done it yet. I've been waiting for that update because my favorite, literally my dream role, I've said this since I was a child. My dream role, like two characters I would kill to be is Thomas from Dresden Files and the Tavi from Legends of Adventurous. Or no, Articles of Valera. Articles of Valera is the two characters I would kill to be able to play. And the book, the Articles of Valera, is not a series yet. It's not a show or a movie, but it very easily could be. Like, think kind of, obviously, like Odyssey-esque vibes at some points, but like fantastic book series. And then Dresden Files, I just recommend it to everyone. If you like fantasy, if you like mystery, if you like crime, any of that, imagine Harry Potter as an adult thrown into Chicago. That is pretty much Dresden Files, where like there's different types of crimes. There's like the whole series is insane. I didn't believe it when I was first introduced to it, but it's true. Every book gets more insane than the last. There's points where you're like, how does it get more wild than this? Like I can name something and it would spoil like book 5 and it wouldn't make any sense to you all yet, but it just more and more wild. And we're almost on book 17. And so the series is going to start on book 5. So like the show adaptation will start on book 5 and it will progress to supposedly very end. But with that, would anyone like to add any more childhood shows or series or books you would like to add before we begin to wrap up?
I do want to say, you were talking about how the book series like gets progressively crazier. Did you guys read Series of Unfortunate Events?
I watched
That was
the
my favorite.
show.
That was my favorite book series ever.
That type of energy.
That's what I was thinking. For 17 books, okay, and like, are they like young adult books or are they like?
Young adult, and then later books are definitely adult.
Okay.
It's like starts young. Anyone else? All right. Well, I think we had a very productive. Yes, that's a great point. Well, next episode we can do inspiring people or band musicians and concerts. What are you all feeling?
Or we can think of something totally
Or
different.
we could do something totally different. It is our last episode for the semester, so I think we should go out
Wrap
big.
up.
We
we
need
could
something
do-
big.
I also might be here for that.
Oh, you should.
So
I don't know what to do then.
What are y'all feeling? We could do anything. We can bring back something that was really fun. We could do anything.
I know we have no ideas.
A lot of ideas
Yeah.
flowing, guys.
It's going
we
great.
can sleep on it.
We could, you know what might be, we could bring back Cards Against Humanity for the final episode.
Yeah, I feel like we don't do a lot of engaging when we play Cards Against
yeah.
Humanity.
What if, even better,
We could though.
seasonal highlight? We talk about our favorite episodes throughout the semester and what was your favorite moments in the episodes.
Like talk about the semester.
Yeah, like
Semester
a-
recap.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
Why
That's a good
not?
idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We will see you all next time this Wednesday, our final episode for semester recap. Have a great day. Bye-bye.